services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 37 9308 or 0736 35 2224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 37 9308 or 0736 35 2224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 37 9308 or 0736 35 2224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 37 9308 or 0736 35 2224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more.
Yes.
We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 37 9308 or 0736 35 2224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics design and branding is top-notch with quality services including roll-up banners, street banners, teardrops, reflective banners, telescope banners, vehicle branding, road signages, mugs, badges, t-shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, pens, letterheads, business cards, envelopes, receipt books, brochures, flyers, posters, calendars, magazines, wedding cards, plastic ID cards, funeral programs, and many more. We also have indoor and outdoor videography, photography, and live streaming services. Visit us at our Migori Market, Onyinjo Bridge, Tiendege Stage offices. Call or WhatsApp us through 0721 37 9308 or 0736 35 2224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics, quality you can trust. Welcome to Blackman Digital Graphics. We offer design, printing and branding services using large format printing, offset and digital printing. Our approach to printing, graphics.
Good morning and welcome to Vibrant Morning here in BTV Kenya. Now Vibrant Morning brings you what is in the People Daily newspaper, that is newspaper review. And today, Friday, we are here once again as promised earlier yesterday that we'll be here at the same place, the same time. And my co-host LENNOX is here with me together with AKOKO, is also here with me. And today we just want to get to see what is in the People Daily newspaper and also to have as live discussions. Please keep tuned to PTV, keep tuned to Blackman TV. If you're watching on Facebook, please, you can visit our page, that is Blackman TV. You can also subscribe, leave a comment, let us know where we are reaching you from. You can also visit our YouTube page, that is BTV Kenya, and subscribe, watch, let us know where we are reaching you from a comment. You can also visit us also on other social media platforms, that is on TikTok and also on Instagram as well as Facebook. We are there live. Now this morning, I'm so happy to host AKOKO back again today. But before I bring in AKOKO, let me bring in LENNOX to at least brief us of what has happened in Migori County and what is yet to happen in Migori County and Migori Town at the same time. Welcome, LENNOX.
Thank you so much. It's a very bright morning, and it's a very good Friday. You know, today being a Friday, it's a very beautiful day because number one, we are expecting the CS for Treasury. Money is coming to Migori in Migori TTC to preside over a graduation ceremony and again launch officially the abolition block that is belonging to Rongo University. Remember, Rongo University will be having evening classes and weekend classes in Migori TTC. Another thing is that the miners or the those people who do mining in Migori County got supported by or got first aid kits from a well-wisher, or rather an NGO, and this one is going to go a long way in ensuring that anytime there's an accident in the gold mining areas, then they are able to provide first aid for themselves before, or rather to themselves before proceeding to hospitals, and that's a plus. And we also saw yesterday there's a video, or rather a video clip going viral. We have the Migori County Industrial Aggregation Park that is almost getting into completion, and we saw the County Department of Communication giving us an update of what is happening there. And very soon all the farmers will have to take their produce there for aggregation and for getting closer to the market, because now that will act and for value addition, because the aggregation center will add add value to farm products, and again will create more market and even create more job opportunities and much more. That is it. And again, another thing which is happening in Migori County, which is really worrying me, there are people who are really friends. There are people who are really friends in the Bunge la Wananchi, Migori County. These people are really friends. And yesterday, you know, I got surprised to see 3 other friends ganging up. Is it ganging up?
Yes.
Yes, ganging up against one of their own. And I don't want to mention names because I believe all these are still allegations, and I'm still digging deeper into it. But my uchunguzi wa juju inaonyesha kwamba hawa watu wametofautiana. Unajua hii swala la pesa, hili swala la pesa aletanga shida kidogo. So these people, the 3 other friends are saying that this other person is no longer their leader, is no longer their chairman, and it's something that is worrying, because in the past we've seen these people as good friends. They have been working together They have been doing things together, and so right now, the people of Migori County are really wondering what's not happening in the county of Migori, especially in the Bunge la Wananchi inatoje caucus. So maybe what we can do, or rather we are planning to bring you the two parties here, so that at least we can get to know what is happening in the Bunge la Wananchi, Migori County. So stay tuned. Maybe on Sunday or any other day we will have both parties telling us what's not happening and what's happening. Yes. So for now, just be in the dark, as I am also in the dark.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lennox. Now, I want us to pick it from there.
Yeah.
That is on Bunge la Wananchi. And this is, at this point, allow me to bring in Kosige.
Kosiki.
Kosiki. Sorry,
Akoko
Kosiki.
Kosiki. Yes.
Akoko.
Yes.
Yes, welcome. Greet the audience and please help us understand how is Bunge la Wananchi organized?
Thank you very much. Good morning, our dear listeners, and welcome back again. This is BTV. We are situated in Migori County. It's a wonderful day that I needed to give praise to Jah. We give Jah praise. I need to praise God for having God to give me another day. It's a chilly day. There's something that happened yesterday. I don't know whether you people heard about it. There was a scenario that happened at Nyatike where a Form 2 student decided to hang herself.
Yes.
It is quite sad. I don't know what is happening nowadays. The late was a student. I don't know.
Kadika Girls.
Kadika Girls. Okay,
Yeah.
He had the idea about it. When immediately they closed, when she reached home, she was asked about her report form. Later on, she disappeared. After this disappearance, she was found hanged. I don't know what has happened, but it is high time we are needed to find a way on how we approach our children, because shetani amenunua duniani nzima. The one, the Satan has.
Shetani amenunua dunia.
So those things used not happen some during olden days.
Yeah.
Mambo ya kujitia kisanzi ilikuwa it was not happening.
It was not happening.
But nowadays it is very rampant everywhere, despite the fact that you can't walk 200 meters na ukose kanisa.
You know, that incident, by the way, reminded me of something I did while in high school. You know, there was this time, I don't know what happened to me. So that period of time, you know these things, hizi vitu watu wanaandikanga siji hookups and all that. So we wrote some hookups in class, and then we sent them to Oyugo Gango girls. So when we sent them to Oyugo Gango girls, ladies picked a few of us. Okay, every lady was picking someone she was interested in. So I got picked by some two ladies. One was coming from Korea. Alikuwa naitwa I can only remember the second name.
It's okay.
Yeah, I can only remember the second name, but so I can't disclose the name. So this, and I had this button phone, and I used to not to go to school with the mobile phone, So when we closed the school, some two ladies just hit my inbox, and we talked. So it reached a time we were going back to school. Now holiday is over. She's going back to Yugugango. She was coming from around how do you call it?
Mabera.
No.
Masaba.
No, this school inaitwaje? Nyaroha, hiyo area Nyaroha. So I was also supposed to go back to school. So the lady, these ladies, I don't know But the lady has been going to school with phone. So she also convinced me to go to school with what? with my phone. So when I went back to school, I was not concentrating so much. And at this time I was in Form 3. So when I went back to school, I did not concentrate that much. It was we were moving to Form 3. So Form 3 term 1. So at the end of that term, I became number 110. When I became
and
number
that is the way you belonged to. I was told by your class teacher. Did you used to be 100?
What do you mean by belong?
you never went to the school I went to. I went to Kanyawanga High School.
Yes, you were at Kanyawanga High School.
I went to Kanyawanga High School.
I was at Kisii High School. That's
okay, the story is mine. So let me give the story. So I became number 110. I remember very well. And initially I used to be number 50, 60, hapo ndio ilikuwa yangu. So when I became number 110, I was like, is this really my position? So I went back home. So when I went back home, hii report form nilificha. It was nowhere to be seen. So when my dad asked me, and this time around, haujapewa report form, I told him I lost some books, some school books, and they said that if you happen to lose or misplace any school book, you are not being given your report form. So you have to return that book or buy that book and take it back. So the next question was, how are you going to buy it? Because me, I want to buy it. So I told him, I'll find my way. So how much is the book? I told him 400 shillings. So my dad was like, only 400 shillings. Nafanya mwalimu asikupe results. And I told him, yes, okay, I will go with you to school once you open school. So that one gave me
another headache.
But I said,
that was a dilemma.
I said, sidhani kama huyo ataenda, because I used to walk to school. And nilikuwa natoka saa 12, nafika shuleni saa 1 naingia nimeendanga, because I used to come near the school. So I was schooling around. They used to call us Jogweng. So when I heard this story, I just related it to my story. Because at the end of the day, now the following term, I did not go with the phone. And again, I dropped the lady because I just saw this lady is hindering my concentration in school. So I dropped the lady and told her, you know what, we can't continue with this. So that's what happened. So when I heard the story, I was like, this lady, ni matokeo yake yalikuwa mabaya ama nili ilikuwa shida? Na hata kama matokeo yalikuwa mabaya, angeambia tu mzazi, you know what, it's this way, just cook some lies. Yes, just the way I did cook, because I know sometimes telling the parent ukweli eti mimi naye this time nimeanguka, it's discouraging. Now it's upon you. Now you know very well that now next time I have to work hard, nitoke mahali nimekuwa nirudi huku juu mahali nilikuwa. So that's what I did. So you know sometimes watu wafikiriangi the same. That's why I believe in the school of philosophy.
You can't see me today to bring the thought of
you can't force someone to think the way you are thinking. You can't force someone to think the way you are thinking. And that's the school of philosophy. And no one is stupid. So no one is stupid. We only have different thinking capacity. So this lady, I don't know why she just had to hang herself.
But again, allow me to ask Kosige to.
It's Kosiki.
Kosiki.
Yes.
Allow me to. I'm used to AKOKO, so I'm learning Kosiki. Now allow me to ask Kosiki this. Many times we have learned that young people these days, it becomes very difficult
to speak out.
To be corrected.
Yeah.
Where are we missing the mark with young people? It becomes very, very hard for young people to be corrected.
Parents are very busy. People are looking for money everywhere. They don't have time with their children. I don't know whether you're getting me.
Yeah.
Let me play with
Parents are very busy. Dad wakes up early at 5. He will be back late in the evening, around 8 p.m. Same to mother. These children are here at home. Do you know what they normally do? They watch TVs, different channels. Some of them concentrate on pornographic films, because when you go out, you are left alone in the house. What do you normally do? These young people, what do they normally do? A good number concentrate a lot in illicit behaviors, illicit things. They watch such pornographic films. So they learn to know a lot of things at a tender age. You will find a very young girl, a lady like this, but she knows everything on earth. A young girl at a tender age, 15, 16, knows everything. And they are being lured by these very aged people. Someone who is more like his father's age. Let parents, despite the fact that we are looking for ways to earn a living,
we are finding for our families.
actually we should come back and then engage in a dialogue with our children. The other day I took my family somewhere. I have a daughter of 6 years old, so I took her somewhere with a brother. I wanted to buy her a pants. Then she told me, "Daddy, no, it's not you. It's mom to do that." Then I asked her, "I beg your pardon?" See, mommy is going to buy me a panty. By that time, she was looking the opposite direction. She never wanted to look at me direct in the eyes. Then I realized something. There is something going wrong somewhere. Let's sit down with our children. Let's talk. Let's speak. The relationship between you and your children should be close. You should not create a distance. They will get used to you. They will be telling you everything they are going through. Hata kama mtu amemkatia mahali, tuseme mwaka 15, 16, then she will definitely find it easy to approach you. Dad, as I was going to the market, I met so and so, and he was telling me ABCD. That relationship, we need to build that relationship. Let's have time with our children back at home. Let your children know that you are the dad. Wewe kama mzazi, ukitoka, come with the pads. You know your daughter is going through, you should know. My daughter, right now, she is going through a period. Bring her pads, sanitary towels. We call it sanitary towels. Bring her sanitary towels. Bring her those things. If you don't bring her those things, then she will have no option. You are very busy looking for how they survive. Atapata mtu mwingine pale. Because they learn about these things. Because I said it before, they watch these pornographic films. So they are getting used to that. And that is why, if we press them to the wall, what will they do? The only thing that they will do is to commit a suicide. That's the same way that young lady did. We don't know what happened, but we know what we have at now. She hanged herself.
No.
And the same incident is rampant along that region, particularly in Nyatike. The previous day, the day before yesterday, there were two gentlemen who fought, and one killed the other. It was love triangle. Do you know what happened? Mwanamume ambaye anafanya kazi mahali yako na bibi yake, bibi yako nyumbani, bibi akaanza hii mambo ya kukuwa na mpango wa kando. The wife had two mpango wa kandos. These two mpango wa kandos met, and they had a loggerhead. It was a matter of survival for the fittest.
They fought for the strongest.
for the fittest. The strongest one had its way. The weakest one will now be buried. Where exactly on earth must we go through that scenario? And the clergymen are very busy here looking for money. The clergy people are doing nothing.
Cook, I would not like you to go that
I'm not yet done. You know, if you give me time to speak, if you give me time to speak, if you give me, yes,
are doing nothing.
Let me tell you one thing. We have what we call family life.
Yes.
This thing should be conducted in various churches.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
And
that
it is not being conducted in those churches.
They are very busy looking for sadaka, tithes and offering. That is why you can't walk a 200 meters. Walk around 10 to 20 meters, there's a church there. SDA, Catholic, Nomea, Raw. But they help us nothing.
I tend to disagree with that statement.
Churches, the clergymen should, the clergymen ought to have played an active role.
But they do.
They don't.
They do. Let us not carry.
They even fight themselves in churches. Just the other day, there was a man who was cleared somewhere.
We understand that, Akoko, but let us not. What is
the problem with this gentleman is he's fond of fighting.
Responsibilities are responsibilities for the parents will be made to the parents.
And the churches are supposed to play the clergymen. The clergymen, these clergymen are supposed to play a vital role. A vital role. I'm going to handle his next statement. He talks about something.
Let me ask you a question, Do you go to church?
Yes, I do.
Are you contented with what your pastor or
what do you mean by going to church?
Do you go for a fellowship?
Yes, I do.
Now, are you contented? Are you satisfied with the way the pastor, the preacher in that church admonishes and teaches the word of God?
No, I'm not. I'm not contented.
Then you should come to our church.
How do you know that your church is better than the other?
Are you?
What is so unique?
You cannot satisfy.
What is so unique? Let me tell you one thing. Let me remind my brother about something here.
Converting.
Going to church and keeping your church doctrines will never ever make you enter the kingdom of God. You want to inherit the Lord's kingdom. What is important here? Do you know the reason as to why I go to church?
Sorry for that.
One day, one time. It is my wish and prayer. It is my wish and prayer. One day, one time.
Tell us why you go to church.
I'm saying this.
Allow me to ask you this, Pastor. Why go to a church where you are not contented with somebody ministering to you, to your family? Because I believe you're going with your family.
I don't depend on that person because he's also just a human being like myself. The only thing that I consider most is the relationship between me and my maker. That is the most important thing. Mimi naenda SDA. I was born and brought up from an SDA denomination, but going to SDA is not a factor to me. The most important thing, how will I finish my race? Nikimaliza hii safari yangu, nitaenda wapi? The Bible categorically and enthusiastically explains beyond any reasonable doubt. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
No, those inclusions.
The Bible states.
The Bible enthusiastic.
Unajua Biblia inasema ya kwamba mimi kivyangu naomba siku moja nikimaliza safari yangu hapa duniani
ukue pastor.
Yes, nikimaliza safari yangu. Nikimaliza ukue pastor. We have pastors here, they are being fond of doing some ABCD. Someone was caught with someone's wife somewhere here just 2 years ago.
They are also human beings.
They are also human beings.
Yes.
They have. So why do you think it is prudent for me to depend on a human being like more than my God?
Yes.
Akoko, we are very sorry. We were not discussing about pastors.
You brought this story here. I'm not
that is story within a story.
Yes, exactly. You talked about some youth fighting against each other. Remember what?
Actually, they are not youths, but it's an organization. You see, like me and you,
Yes.
and the guy.
I know Bunga and Inchi, I know them. I know quite a number of them. They are. I was once a member.
Oh.
Yes.
When you are contesting for that seat.
No. Bungla was instituted here to Ligori, so they couldn't help me much. Those who helped me much,
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing, my
Yes.
dear brothers and my dear listener.
Yeah.
The only tool to tame youth, the only tool that is being used by these politicians in taming youth is divide and rule game. I don't know whether my mind is looking at me.
Yeah, we get
And let me repeat this again. Doing a tool.
Yes,
Any tool.
A tool is something that is being used to make work easier. Yes.
That's a machine.
like is a hammer a hammer a tool or a machine?
It's a tool.
That is
Yes.
just right.
Yes.
Sir,
Is
the
a proper
only
tool
tool,
or a-
thank you very much.
Eh.
The only tool that these reckless politicians are using in taming youth,
is divide and rule.
divide and rule game. That is what they normally apply.
So do you think?
They will give money once they see you united,
Yeah.
or if in the case they see you getting united.
Yeah.
The only thing that they will do to ensure that they are safe is to apply divide and rule game.
So
They are very happy to see you fighting amongst yourself. Fight amongst yourself is their advantage.
How?
Because you want to vote them. You will not their weaknesses. That is why they give you money. You have something. I want to give you anything. Everything. Then say,
or you can give GAGI something and then you tell him, don't tell Lennox, I've given you that.
Yes.
Then when I come to you,
Because
you
you are
also give
friend.
me, you also give me and you tell me, don't tell GAGI I've given you this.
that is what we call divide and rule game.
Yeah.
Let them wake up. Young people, it is high time you are needed to wake up. Stop being used by these people. They meant nothing. They will never help you in any way. They want to
So you're trying to say that what is happening right now in the Bunge la Wananchi Migori caucus, because we've seen them, the worst part of it is
they
that
were united before.
the worst part of it, social media doesn't forget. Social media doesn't forget. So the worst part of it is that they are coming, most of them are recording themselves, and then they post these videos on social media and they throw words to their fellow and they say a lot of nasty things to their fellow. And as I told you, these people have been friends. They have been working together. They have been doing things together. So what is happening? And then in one statement, one of them said categorically that one person anakula na jina la bunge la wananchi. Kuna tenda alienda akapewa sijui akauza. Kuna tenda sijui alipewa sijui akauza. Sijui kuna nini. So I think what AKOKO just said might be right. So you take this tender, don't tell them I've given you this tender. Just go and nyamaza.
Now allow me to ask Kosige.
Yeah.
Kosiki.
I'm ever truthful man, like Gachagua said.
Okay, we understand. My big question is, what is the role of Bunge la Wananchi? You said earlier that
We don't have.
Is it in the constitution?
As it stands now,
Yeah.
there is no any chapter,
I'm not talking about
article,
the constitution.
sub-article. Are you getting me?
I'm getting.
Any clause in the constitution that talks about Bunge la Wananchi. Bunge la Wananchi was initiated by the so-called Raila Amolo Odinga during that chaotic election of 2017. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
It was a system that was organized to bring youth together.
Yeah.
It is not shrined in the Constitution of Kenya.
I know
Now, the question you were asked
Yes.
is that what role does it play in, let's say, in governance
In politics,
or in politics?
in
yeah.
governance, in the society.
It was meant to bring youth together. Only that. Only that, nothing else.
But now, in some parts or in some in the country, we've
But
seen,
if it
we've
is
seen
used,
Bungala
if it is used,
oversighting the government,
if it is used prudently,
yeah,
it helps a lot. This is a situation whereby youth meet, they share their ideas, not just politically, not political thoughts. They share different thoughts. They come together, you know, wanasaidiana, waelewa. Lakini sasa hiyo umati, because there are numbers there are tiny of numbers there, it's a group. Politicians now use them. Are you getting me?
yeah.
But in our in Luo Nyanza, we don't use them prudently. We engage them in other illicit activities.
When we need mandamano,
Yes,
we need them.
we need them during mandamano. When the other things are going astray, we hire them during political logheads. That's what we call them. Are you with me? And that is not the best way. That is not the best way to treat them.
You have been a member of
Bungala Wananchi.
Bungala Wananchi.
Yes,
Were you hired? Have you been hired?
hired.
You said they are being hired by the police.
Yes, some of them are being hired.
Were you hired?
Were you at one point in time hired?
I left before I got involved in that situation because I realized that we couldn't match.
So is Bungala
We differed in terms of thought and understanding.
So is
That is
Bungala
why
Wananchi
that.
for this for the community.
Sorry?
Bungala Wananchi. Is it profitable to the community?
Right now it's not.
Okay. I get you. I totally
Right now it's not because
I totally get you. Now, for the interest of time, you know, we also have to go to the to the graduation that is going to take place in Gori TTC.
graduation.
Yes, there's a graduation there at Gori TTC.
Your wife is going to graduate.
No, not my wife. There's a graduation. My wife must not graduate there for it to be called a graduation.
I thought I thought your wife is amongst the graduates.
No. My wife is not going to graduate there. Okay. Looking at to the cover page of the People Daily newspaper,
Yes.
Ruto allies booed. And here,
Ruto allies bone.
booed. And here we see Kimani Chungwa saying, "Now, Mr. President, I am not someone who can be easily threatened. As we said here in Olkalau and the whole of Nyandarua, no one should be scared, and I cannot be easily scared."
I don't want to talk about
It has been, I don't want to bring you in now. Let me bring Lennox. Lennox, it has been like a smooth ride when President Ruto began the tour.
Yeah.
It has been like a smooth ride.
You
But
know,
right now we've started seeing potholes and bumps.
can you allow me take you back
Yes,
to let's say to the Standard?
yes,
Can you allow me take you back to what the Standard is saying?
yes.
No, let us talk about what the people's daily
it's
story.
okay. Maybe they're
We can't move together. We can't read people's daily at the same time to Standard.
Okay, no.
Let us get done with the people's daily, and after we get back to the Standard.
You know what is in the Standard is juicy. Yes, the people's wrath.
We'll get there when the right time reaches.
I see that.
So okay,
There's kind of similarities and relationship
Yeah.
there.
Okay,
Between what is in the Standard and what is in the
we will go there as AKOKO has said. You know, Kimani Ichung'wah is one of the people who are playing the striking role during the impeachment of my friend Rigathi Gachagua. And you know, this one made him
to be on the limelight.
to be on the limelight,
And
number one, and again
front.
to be hated by the people of Mount Kenya.
A section of people of Mount Kenya.
Yeah, let's say a section of people of Mount Kenya. And I don't know, I don't understand, I don't know why he was booed, but I suspect he was booed based on the role he played during the Gachagwa's impeachment motion. Because rumors had it that there is a position he was eyeing. I don't know, I don't remember the position, but rumors had it that there's a position he wanted to clinch after regarding Gachagwa's impeachment. So, you know, and again, Kimani Ichung'wah is one of Ruto's vocal men. He's one of people who are very vocal when it comes to protecting President William Ruto. So I fail to understand why he was booed. I still fail to understand why he was booed. Maybe AKOKO as a politician can have more.
AKOKO, what is happening? The journey started well. After some few days, now we have started seeing the bumps and the potholes.
Even though, as a human being, we may be loved and hated at equal measure, but at a given point in life, you need to ensure you have more friends than enemies. Kimani Ichung'wah has built a lot of enemies than even friends. The reason
talk about the enemies in the mountain region or
in the countrywide, they know the Republic.
But
his own statement. He has never been here. Okay. Where? People laughing in Nyanza. When?
People cheer up this day.
When? When did you see that happening? We are talking about the activities that has been going on over the recent days. Are you getting me?
I'm getting clear.
They said Kimani Ichung'wah is coming from the Mount Kenya region, and that is where he was booed. People are not happy with the way he is carrying out his activities, despite the fact that he supports the government. Remember, this gentleman is the majority leader. Majority leader is one of the eyes of the government. Are you getting me? He supports this government. But despite the fact that you're supporting this government, you can't look down upon other people. The other day, he was in loggerhead with the CS Muturi. The other day, what happened? He was talking evil against who? Against regarding Gachagua. Everything me. He is against his own people. You can't be against your own people. You need to construct a bridge. How I wish I could be that gentleman. I would have ensured I bridge that gap between my people and the government of the day. Everything me. But he has distanced himself. We will do ABCD. ABCD. He is more or less loyal to the president than even his own people. Are you getting me? I'm not saying he should abandon his people. I don't say he should support as the government of the day, but he should bridge the gap. Let's bring them together. Mr. President, I know my people have done ABCD. Please, you look at this. Please, have mercy on them. Rather, Gachagua messed you up, we understand, but he's our son. Everything me. He's our son. Please, don't do this. But he was trying to Gachagua can never be do what. And regarding Gachagua, he also has his people on the ground. Those who listen to him. So, I think, this is my own rudimental thought. I think regarding his people, regarding Gachagua's supporters, must have booed him. Everything. And he was really embarrassed in front of the person. And that is why he was talking like that. He was just trying to defend himself. Regarding Gachagua, you are a young politician and you still have a very long way to go. Respect you are going, how do you call it? You are area mates. respect your people, bridge that gap, bring them together. Are you getting me?
I'm getting clear.
That is my statement.
Lennox, you're bringing something.
Let him apply thought than stomach.
I will not allow you to address Ichungwa in that manner.
No, I'm
Because
also a
you can't
Kenyan
say-
citizen. I pay taxes like him.
You pay taxes like him now. Who told you that he's respecting his stomach than his thoughts?
He defends
Who tells
himself.
he's using his stomach?
Odede
than his
karibu.
thoughts? Okay, let us come
the power of the people. These leaders always say that the nation, Kenya, is bigger than an individual. So I think Kimani Ichung'wah should just go back and listen to the ground, just as Muturi did, and listen to the ground, and took a bold step, as AKOKO was saying. So Kimani Ichung'wah, please just go back, do public participation, just explain to them why you did that, and how
the
it
reason
can
why I'll be doing this in the near
Yes,
future,
yes.
it is because of let him explain to
Let him
them.
explain himself to the people of the ground, on the ground. Listen to the ground. Yes, siku hizi lazima usikilize ground. Hata hapa Migori hao
And Odede, now I've learned that the so-called Ndindi Njoro is
smart.
Is politically mature.
Yeah.
Compared to who? Compared to Kimani Ichung'wah.
Yeah.
Kimani Ichung'wah behaves like a child in adolescent stage.
Because up to now,
Kimani Ichung'wah is the majority leader. Let him behave like a leader.
because
He is holding a position that he has never been before.
So what do you want?
Power. He should not get dragged by power.
How do you want Kimani Ichung'wah to behave?
Consult
What does
your
he want
people.
him to do?
like
Leadership.
what
And another aspect of leadership is what? Consultation. Consult. Let him come and consult these people.
yeah.
Brothers, sisters, I've done this A, B, C, D. The reason as why I'm doing this, it is because of A, B, C, D. I might have gone astray, but this is the reason as to why I'm doing this. Explain. Hata kama akizidi kuongea hapa vibaya, lakini alikuja akatuambia ni A, B, C. This is let me tell you one thing. I always, unajua, in politics, hii siasa, kila mtu, everybody is a politician here. All of us, because we are going through this political era. And the Constitution of Kenya, I always allude to the Constitution because this is what bonds us together. Let me take you to chapter 4, article 55B of the Constitution of Kenya. It clearly and categorically explains beyond any reasonable doubt, and I quote, "The state shall take measures, program, which including affirmative action to ensure that youths are represented, participate in social, economical, political, and other spheres of life." Shall at is used in the Constitution refers to something a must, authentic, compulsory. So must sounds something rude. At least must. That's what they used the word shall. Shall inakwanga nini? Imenyenyekea kidogo. So when these people are participating in the Constitution, remember it lies within their constitutional and democratic right. The position that you hold today, brother, will never determine your future tomorrow.
Now, AKOKO, allow me to ask you this.
So Kimani Ichung'wah ought to have known.
Maybe I'm not.
Kimani Ichung'wah ought to have known. Let me finish.
AKOKO.
Kimani Ichung'wah ought to have known that he will never remain majority leader forever.
Now,
even Muturi was a speaker. He took 2 terms as the speaker. But right now we have Wetangula. But before Wetangula, we had somebody still.
Allow me to ask.
Before we had
Marende.
Marende.
Now,
A wise man
Allow me to ask you.
He led this country with lots of wisdom.
Allow me to ask
He
you.
ought to have copy paste.
It's okay, Akoko. It's okay, but allow me to ask you this question. You just read part of the Constitution. How does it relate to the discussion that we are having in regarding Gachagua, Kimani Ichung'wah?
Kimani Ichung'wah is a youthful politician.
Who is a youth?
Eh?
Who is a youth?
Kimani Ichung'wah is a young man.
Who is a youth? According to
it's a youth man. So you okay? It is shrined.
My question
it is there in the Constitution.
My question,
brother, if you ask me a question, give me time to answer you.
No, you can't answer me.
You are asking me a question before I answer you. You shoot another question before I answer you. You keep on asking so many questions.
You see,
let us move simultaneously. Ask me a question which is okay, and then give me time to answer. We are not gambling here.
I have not refused. You see, my big question.
We are not playing a theater.
And nobody is going to die because
so
of
it should not be.
Akoko must have been playing a theater. That's what I'm
all like. Of us.
No, Akoko.
Everybody.
No, Akoko.
Youth.
Who is a youth?
A youth. Youth, as it is stated in the Constitution, refers to an individual, a person between the age bracket of 18 to 35.
So is Kimani Ichung'wah 35 years old?
Of course, yes, it could be 35. 35 or 36.
How old is Kimani Ichung'wah?
I don't know, but
so
he looks young. He looks young.
Being that somebody looks young does not.
How old am I? How old am I? How old am I?
I don't know.
This.
I don't know.
Am I mzee?
I don't want to get into.
Am I mzee? I'm not an old man. Neither am I a young boy like yourself. I'm not an age mate. You are too young. Let's proceed, Mr. Speaker.
I believe you have to come between me and.
No, they let us.
You know, when it comes to Akoko arguing out, you just have to listen because he pours wisdom.
Yes, he just caught up with me. You know,
we are very elderly people.
Yeah?
You've got a thumbs up from LENNOX.
No, LENNOX knows me very well. So anything, whether wrong or good, he says about me, believe him.
So Akoko talked about Ndindi Nyoro. You know, Ndindi Nyoro
is a young man and he's silent.
And he's very silent.
Yes.
You know, up to now, we don't know, we are not sure whether Ndindi Nyoro is in the side of President William Ruto or whether he's in the side of Rigathi Gachagua. But recently when he was launching, I don't know, it was an administrative office in his constituency, the administrative personnel were told not to attend that function. But he ended up launching that
project.
Yes. And his people, his allies attacked the president, or rather the government, for sabotaging that event. But when he stood to speak, he was just neutral. He just gave out his speech and went back. And you know, at one point in time, he was having an interview in his farm with one of the journalists in the country, and they were eating mangoes as they were talking. And you know, there's a question that the guy kept on asking him: what next? Or what is your position? And he was telling him that it is not yet time.
Yes.
It is not yet time. I will tell you that when the right time comes. And even when he called the journalists in his office, he was asked the same question. He again told them, it is not yet time. I will tell you when the right time comes, my next move. So I think he's someone who is also delivering
wisdom,
and is also delivering
the
services to his people as required. And is someone who, if not looked upon carefully, then he's someone who is going to go far in this country. Trust me and believe me.
Okay. There was something on the newspaper headline that you are bringing, and AKOKO
Follow his
stopped you.
footsteps. Follow his footsteps. Then you will be a good man in the near future. If you want
AKOKO,
venture,
are you saying that I'm a bad man?
if you want venture in politics,
Yeah.
then
Are you saying I'm a
learn.
bad man?
Don't let everybody follow your movement. Hide some of these
So,
games you
AKOKO, are you
play.
saying I'm a bad man? How have I wronged you? Is it by asking you tough questions? Okay.
Yes. I think let's look at what is in the standard.
Yes.
The People's Wrath.
Yeah.
President William Ruto has been pleasantly surprised by the reception he has received in Mount Kenya, that he has added more stops and a few more hours to his itinerary, much to the chagrin of the benchmen who are having difficult time facing home crowds. They are jeered and booed, an indication they could be living on a borrowed time.
Now, with that statement, actually, it actually says, and just to summarize the whole of that statement,
Yeah.
it is like the people, a section of people from Mount Kenya, has now come out to tell President Ruto and his allies and his
That
team,
we don't need your men.
We don't want you. We don't want your men.
Yeah.
That's what the headline of that newspaper
Yeah,
said.
and it is saying that the president was welcomed in a way that he did not expect, and he even added some more stopovers to his itinerary. So this is just sending a message to the president that yes, we welcomed you as the king of the mountain, as you said, as the president of Kenya, but we don't want your watu wa mikono.
That is not
Watu wa mikono. So you know, if you don't want my watu wa if we don't want your watu wa mikono, it means that even you yourself, you have to be careful. Maybe we don't want you, but we can't just tell you because you are the president.
AKOKO is boiling next to you.
Oh.
I'm not
I don't want him
boiling.
to burst.
I'm not boiling. What I'm saying is that corresponds to what we are discussing.
Yes.
Wrath. What do you understand by
Wrath.
what's it?
Wrath. People's wrath.
I'm asking him. What do you understand by that?
When we talk about wrath, it means kind of a
Punishment.
punishment, but not more or less of a punishment, but
It is a serious punishment.
They showed Mr. President their negative side.
yes.
They showed Mr. President their negative side. I think this is what. Let me show you that thing. I know.
But you know, you have 4 eyes, but you don't see well.
It is very expensive to have 4 eyes, by the way. Maintaining 4 eyes is very.
4 eyes, but you don't see well.
Let me have it again.
Here it
Yes.
is.
Let me have it again. People's what? And let me read.
No, he had read.
Let him
I
read.
didn't understand. Mr. President, President William Ruto has been pleasantly surprised by the reception he has received in Mount Kenya, that he has added more steps, a few more hours to his itinerary, much to a chagrin of his headmen who are having a difficult time facing home crowds. These people, a good number of them here, they had no problem with the President Ruto, but they had problems with their own,
Why?
with their own people.
Why?
That is why, during that time we were looking at People's Daily. The People's Daily said they booed who? They booed Kimani Chungwa. Kimani Chungwa is also coming from that geographical area. So this tells me that Ruto has to reconcile those people first. Let President Ruto reconcile the likes of Kimani Chungwa and his own people from his backyard, then things will be okay. But as the matter stands now, it is very difficult for some of them, particularly the likes of Kimani Ichung'wah, to be re-elected again. It will be very difficult, sir.
Okay. In the People Daily newspaper, the IEBC, we did see earlier when they started the vetting and the interviews for the people who had applied for the post of the chairmanship of IEBC to replace Wafula Chebukati the late. Now, and we also seen a section of politicians allied to who are coming together, that is the Eugene Wamalwa, Martha Karua, Kalonzo Musyoka. They are saying that they are not going to accept any person who is going to be elected, who is going to be given the job as the chairperson of IBC.
The like of Martha Karua regarding Gachagua, the likes of I'm talking about the opposition team, Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, and
Eugene
Wamalwa. They think they are isolated. They are isolated. They are isolated.
They're being kept out.
They are kept aside. Are you getting me? Their men are not included in that committee. That is why they are saying, we will not accept this. It's like UDA and ODM have colluded to ensure 2027 year election is rigged. Are you getting me? Because they feel they are not part and parcel of the team.
I believe.
But remember, Kalonzo Musyoka is not playing politics, because here there is a matter that is, as we speak right now, is pending before court of law. You know, this commission ought to have been
constituted long time
ago. But right now, they are still complaining.
Now, my big question.
And this is politics.
We have seen this over and over and over again. Every time once a commissioner retires and another commissioner is brought on board, there is always the thought, the connotation that whoever is being brought to be the chairman of IBC
going as per by what has been happening in this country since 2007. Kenyan leadership is not being determined by the people of Kenya themselves. Kenyan leadership is being determined by the commission, IEBC commission. However much we vote, at the end of the day, the IEBC commissioner, the judgment lies within themselves, whether to declare ADEDE or to declare Mr. Producer or to declare you as the president. And that is why each and every general election we must witness a chaotic scene where people shed blood. Are you getting me? We don't live like brothers and sisters. There was a day Kenya was playing against which team?
Gabon.
All Kenyans were one. You could never realize this is Kikuyu, this is a Luo, this is from Mount Kenya, this one is from North Kenya. We were all one. Even right now, we seem to be one. Wait, 2027 will never be one.
So
kila mtu anaona mimi I'm from the Luo, from the lake region. This is from the mountain. This is from the northeastern side. This is we were. These people will tatter us. We will be slashed.
Scattering us.
We'll get scattered by the said commission. So we are looking for. How I wish these people could just give Maraga this position. How I wish they could listen to me.
Now you see,
Acha Maraga apewe hicho kitu.
Akoko, I think you are contradicting what you said yesterday.
What does yesterday?
You said yesterday you are neither supporting Maraga, neither you supporting Matiang'i.
It depends upon the topic.
So are you saying today is the right time?
Which topic are we discussing today?
You've just stated yourself categorically that
For,
you
ex-
wish
for,
these
for,
people
for
give
example,
this thing
let me tell you one
to
thing.
Maraga. It means you are
Let me tell you one
supporting
thing,
Maraga.
brother. Let me remind you about something.
No, Akoko, let
We
us.
can right now we can be discussing something that is concerning financial or money. Then I say, oh, really it's not fair that.
Yeah.
And tomorrow when we discuss something about agriculture, na nikisema zile ni mzuri, kwani kuna shida hapo? Hakuna shida. I said I was against what we were discussing yesterday because the topic was different na hii tunafanya leo.
It was more or less the same.
Not more or less
You
the
see,
same.
On that paper, it was like the an MCA from part of Kisii County was telling Maraga to actually
not to stop.
not to continue. And I asked you a question.
Why do you think Maraga should stop?
See, yes,
Then
I asked you a question.
it lies within his constitutional right to vie any position.
No, I've not said that.
Maraga hata kama nataka kuvai MC, sienda vai MCA.
Akoko, I asked a question. I asked you a question. Between Maraga and Matiang'i, who will you support? And you said you are not supporting either of them. You're waiting for the right time.
Based on what we were discussing yesterday,
it was about their
I based
president.
my argument. Okay, my argument based on what we were discussing yesterday.
Which was
not
on the
now.
presidency.
Not now.
It was on the
not now.
independent on the
Not
presidency.
now. But right now, I said how I wish they could give Maraga time.
It means that inside you are supporting Maraga.
I'm not in this position. Yes, I do. Yes, president.
Yes.
I'm not talking about president. Remind him about what we're discussing here.
So you want Maraga to head the IBC?
Our host has forgotten about our topic of discussion.
So you are saying that
is my own.
That position should be given to Maraga, the position of the IBC chairman.
That is my own rudimental thoughts.
Okay.
My own.
Okay.
Yes.
I
don't know Dede's side. That is my own rudimental thoughts. I can see Dede is beard simeanza kukuja kuja sasa.
You have something to say.
Yeah, I thought Rudiman is one of the stomachs in a car.
I'm talking about rudimental thoughts. You check your dictionary there.
Ama ile ilikuwa Roman.
Let's proceed.
Ilikuwa Roman.
Odede, how are we going to go about this issue of IEBC chairperson? Because every person coming on board to be vetted, to be interviewed,
is perfect.
Perfect, and a section of members of parliament rejects. This one must be allied to the government. This one, and we've seen this consistently.
No, it is something normal in Kenya. We bring politics in each and everything. You know, even this guy who just passed away, he was being associated with one of the politicians in Kenya. Even when it comes to the Supreme Court, where we have the Supreme Judge, how do we call it?
That is Matako.
Yeah, how do we call that office?
Nini? Inaitwa
Chief Justice.
Chief Justice.
There's always politics. People will say, oh, this one is associated to who, this one is allied to who, or this one is allied to who. But at the end of the day, it is us ndio tunaumia. Right now, we really need IEBC in place. Because number one, we have some areas with no representation. Baringo, county of Baringo has got no senator. And ingekuwa vizuri,
Siaya, Ugunja, they don't have a member of parliament.
They don't have a member of parliament. There are some wards which doesn't have MCAs. And these people need services. And they can't get those services because they don't have a leader. Because right now, you don't expect Wandai to go to Ugunja to issue bursaries. You don't expect him. You don't expect Wandai to go and launch CDF programs because he's no longer an MP. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
We really need this IEBC because we still have 2 years to the next general election, and we really need these places, or rather these areas with no representations, to be represented. Yes, that is it. Because the people of Baringo can't live without a senator. Nani atapeleka malalamishi yao? Who will oversight the governor?
I think we are forgetting one thing here.
Yeah.
That every person has a side to support.
Yeah.
You can't be neutral.
Yeah.
There must be a side that you support.
Yeah.
However, you want to play neutral, because my big question is, how is Kenya going to form the IEBC?
Let's take politics out of it, because we need that IEBC. Even these leaders, the likes of Kalonzo, whatever, they need that IEBC, because without that IEBC, there won't be any election in Kenya. Because I think AKOKO, as a scholar of constitution, will tell you that.
AKOKO as a scholar of the constitution.
Yeah, you know, when you see someone can describe part of the constitution, and tell you the constitution says clearly, categorically, and enthusiastically. So, you know, I believe, according to the little knowledge I have in the 2010 constitution, is that we can't have an electoral body 2 years prior to election, to the next general election.
Yeah, that's constitution.
Yeah,
that's what constitution says.
And that is a fact. So, does it mean that the likes of Kalonzo, they want to waste time so that we miss to have a ABC in place?
AKOKO.
We need IEBC.
What's your take?
We need IEBC.
Aside bring the last, what we have here for the last.
I've alluded to what my brother.
Okay. On page 6 of the People Daily newspaper,
Kills Mark
set to clash over 465 billion county allocation funds.
That's
People Daily newspaper, page 6.
How I wish you could get back to page. Page 4. I saw something in page 8, page 4, page 5 that
page 5.
we were supposed to talk about. These greedy MPs. I've seen
that's
something
what
like
I'm talking about here. It is on page 6.
Page
Lawmakers set to clash over 465 billion county allocation funds, while senators want the devolved unit to get 465 billion. Members of National Assembly want them to be given 405 billion. There's been a tussle between
the two houses,
between the upper house and the lower house. That is the parliament and the Senate. That is on the allocation of money that is supposed to come to the county level. What is your take? Because it has been a war. They even formed a committee, a section of a committee that was to look into this. The committee did not agree, and now we see we are back. Counties are not going to get money as they still continue to pull the tug of war.
Lawmakers set to clash over 465 billion county allocation funds. Lawmakers did involve the upper house and the lower house, the MPs and the Senate. It is high time that the two houses should come together and agree. Let them stop this barbaric way of solving issues. Let them come together, because at the end of the day, wenye wanauma ni sisi wananchi. Hiyo pesa ikikuja hapa sini, we'll be seeing some projects here. MPs, some days, 2 months ago, they even went to court. Hawako wanataka hii mambo ya CDF itoke. And the constitution, the judiciary, the court declared CDF unconstitutional.
Yes, it is not enshrined in the constitution.
But they refused. They said we have to be given this money. So they seem to be so superior than the upper house. I don't know how to explain this, but the most important thing here that they all ought to have done, let them come together.
Yeah,
we need services down here.
This is what's happening.
We want to see tarmac roads being tarmacked here. I want to see Miuru road tarmacked. I want to see Rimagunga road tarmacked, Mbeta, Sindo tarmacked, Mbeta Wea tarmacked. Are you getting that? We want to see Ranen, the road tarmacked. Are you getting that? So let them swallow their ego.
Yeah, because it says the two houses of parliament are headed on a collision course over the amount of monies the counties should get as shareable revenue. While the Senate Finance and Budget Committee proposed the shareable revenue to be 465 billion, the Budget and Appropriation Committee of the National Assembly want the counties to pocket 405.1 billion Kenya shillings. Now these are allocations that comes to the county. And
what's wrong with them? They have their own problem. These MPs, they are also coming from different counties. Sendio. But they are not happy. The problem here, these people are not happy with the way these governors are managing public resources. Because they think that should they be given that money, they will look more superior. If right now this 8 billion, these people are behaving like kings and queens. They are full of threats everywhere. Are you getting me? So the problem is not with the common mwananchi. The problem lies with who? With the governors. Are you getting me? And that is why these member of parliament, they think that should they be given, should the governors be given this money, are you getting me? They will use it in their own benefits. We have seen these people messing with public funds, public money. That's why they are not happy. But the only thing that we should be doing, let these people have prudent use of public funds. Let these brothers and sisters, Waheshimiwa, the governors, I'm talking about these governors, let them make prudent use of public funds.
Lennox.
Are you getting? Then they will not be at loggerheads.
Lennox, time is so much spent.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a lot of MPs or other member of parliaments claiming that governors are not spending or using the money or the exchequer given to them according
Prudently.
to the standard which is required. And even in the county of Migori, we've seen we've seen some MPs saying that there is nothing going on in the county. So I think at the same time, even the governors also are claiming that the MPs are not working. Yes, so you know it is a blame game. So it is high time we stop this blame game, because if you blame me, I will blame you. You know, even when you want to resolve a conflict, number one, the people who are fighting must blame each other for the fight. But when you're resolving this conflict, you have to be neutral. So, number one, our leaders should stop blame game. Kila mtu afanye kazi yake. Ikifika wakati wa siasa, kila mtu arudi aseme mimi nilifanya hii, nikafanya hii, nikafanya hii, na hii na hii, and then life continues.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the interest of time, we remaining with only 2 minutes to wind up. So I want to give AKOKO just a minute to say a word.
Okay.
Then you say a word.
You know, AKOKO
Then I
cannot
summarize
speak.
in seconds.
AKOKO is older than me. He cannot speak before me. So I have to speak